Everyone, just for a second, joining me now, Representative Steve King from Iowa, who called the budget battle a showdown on the shutdown. Sir, you said that Harry Reid and President Obama have planned for a face-off for a long time. Could you please explain that to us?
Well, I asked the question back last December when they had the majorities in the lame duck session, huge majorities in the House and in the Senate and the President. Democrats had the ability to pass a budget, a spending bill, and appropriations for the balance of this fiscal year all the way to the end of September. Instead, they agreed to a short-term continuing resolution that expired March 4th of this year. It didn't make sense until you look at what has happened since that period of time and listen to the words of Harry Reid and Senator Schumer and Howard Dean and the President. All of that adds up together to tell me they plan to shut this government down. They did so in December, and they're seeking to do so because they think that they win this argument with the American people and they'll be rewarded in the ballot box in November of 2012. It's a completely cynical operation going on. It's not about policy. It's not about funding. It's about politics and all politics.
Representative Paul Ryan today was on the various media circuit talking about discretionary spending, and I think he points out, I'm not sure the number he used, but I did a little homework here. Discretionary spending is up about 25% in the last two and a half years, three budgets. Where in the world, during a recession, should discretionary spending increase, and why has it?
Well, it shouldn't. It shouldn't increase anywhere in this. In fact, we need to look at the discretionary spending and reduce all of it to the strongest extent possible, down to the political will threshold, so to speak. And that threshold, for me, is different than it is for a number of the others. I think Paul Ryan's put out a bold budget here that lays out the parameters that bring our discussions where they need to go. And we need to talk about discretionary spending. We need to talk about entitlement spending. And I'm just of the opinion that we need to get to a point where we can offer a budget that balances in a period of time that people can live with. And I want one actually a little shorter than Paul Ryan's today. All
right, turning the page a little bit, turning a little different direction, sir. Steve King, I don't know, there's a nickname going around. It's called the Kingmaker, Steve King. Let's go to you. You're a very important state. You're Iowa State. You're the man there. Who do you like? Is there anyone in the GOP field that really that you could get behind?
Well, you know, nobody is a kingmaker. It's the American people that will determine who their president will be. But I do want to weigh in on this to this extent. I'm encouraging all the candidates to engage in Iowa, in New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada, and on down the line. Bring the full breadth of the agenda to the table, and let's sort this out. Let's have the Olympic trials, so to speak, and ideas and individuals will emerge. So even if I had a favorite candidate, and I don't, inside of me I don't have a secret that I'm holding back, but I'm encouraging this process. And if we ever lose this process, then it will be just the person with the deepest pockets that gets nominated.
Right. Because on the other side, you're going to have a billion-dollar campaign going forward. They'll clearly win that race. But sir, what are you looking for? What are you looking for on the GOP side? What's the one headline you want to hear for the candidate you get behind?
I don't know about one headline, but I would say the best description is this: a full-spectrum conservative, both a fiscal and social conservative, a constitutional conservative who believes it in their soul. If we have a president like that, then their foundation will be solid and the decisions that they make will be strong. And part of this test will help that emerge. And another thing that I will tell you plainly that I'm looking for, though, is a very strong presidential candidate who will use the leverage of the presidency to assure that we finally, once and for all, repeal Obamacare, pull it all completely out by the roots, and somebody that's strong enough that I believe they'll get it done.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. I want to talk to you again, sir, if we can. We'd love to book you again, because I want to hear your thoughts on Mitt Romney and his issue with Obamacare, Romneycare. We'll do that another time. Thank you very much for joining us, Congressman Steve King.
Thanks, sir.
Joining me now is Fox News political analyst, Mr.